Hello everyone, welcome you all to Eternal IAS. And in today's lecture, we are going to start with another set of 5 questions which are going to be a game changer in the upcoming prelims examination because all of these 5 current affairs are belong from current affairs section and you all know what role does current affairs play in your examination, right everyone? Let us see the first question. First question is about the kilonova. This word kilonova was recently in news. That's why we are studying about this. So what exactly this kilonova means or what is this exactly? So let's see this. Kilonova, you can see from the options as well what is the meaning. Kilonova is a cosmic event that occurs when a neutron star smashes into the another neutron star or a black hole. So it is not any kind of, you can say, bioilluminant fungus, no. It is not any zoonotic disease, no. It is not a new Saturn moon, no. And it is a blast of electromagnetic radiation, which happens when two neutron star or a neutron star like collide with a mass black hole. This is known as kilonova, which is a cosmic event that occurs when a neutron star smashes into another neutron star or a black hole, and it releases heavy metals. What does it release? Gold, silver into the space, right? So this is all exactly about the kilonova. And you must be surprised by knowing by this term neutron star. What exactly is the meaning of neutron star? The stars which are formed when a massive star runs out of fuel and collapses is known as neutron star, right? So the answer for this question is D, 4 only, right everyone? So this was the first question. You can see here scientist knows kilonova explosion because this explosion and this collision is creating gold and other metals which are heavier than iron, which are forming in space when two neutrons are colliding, right? And that's how ripples are being causing there, and these ripples are known as gravitational waves. So this is all you have to remember about kilonova. Moving on to the next question, which is all about the fundamental rights, because fundamental right to travel abroad authority can't cite ongoing dispute over applicant's address to deny passport. Bombay High Court has said this. So that's how fundamental rights are topic in news. Fundamental rights, so you all know article number 12 to 35 deals with fundamental right borrowed from USA. Magna Carta, it is known as Magna Carta of Constitution, and in USA it is known as Bill of Rights. Our fundamental rights are every fundamental right is available to foreigner as well as Indian citizen except article 15, 16, 19, 29, 30. Rest all articles are available to citizens and non-citizens as well. So let's see some of the statements here. Article 32. Article 32, which deals with the writ, it is saying that it is not available if all rights are violated by private individual. So you can understand about the writs. So let us understand some factual information about the writs first. All you know about the writs is first, that is like first writ is habeas corpus, mandamus certiorari, prohibition, and habeas corpus, right? So constitutional remedies are not available if all the rights are violated by private individuals. This is wrong. Constitutional remedies are available. Like Article 32, habeas corpus is available. You can use it against anyone. So the statement is wrong. Some of the fundamental rights are not self-executory, like they can execute by their own. So this is the statement you can see here. So do you think that all the fundamental rights are non-executory or something? Yes. Some of the fundamental rights are non-self-executory. Let's say Article number 17, 21A. 23, 24. These are the articles which are non-executory in nature. So this is the statement also which you have to learn. You can write down these. So if a question comes up, executory, self-executory fundamental rights. So in case of self-executory fundamental rights, like the articles which are by themselves implemented, like there is no need to pass any kind of act to execute that, that is known as not self-executory, right? So this is the main thing which you have to remember. Moving on to the next question, because these all are topics in news. Alternate dispute mechanism, right? ADR, Tehsil Legal Services Committee, Kangan promotes ADR with awareness drive, right? ADR is alternate dispute resolution. So there are the three terms which you have to understand. First term is arbitration. So the word arbitration, which is the like arbitration, conciliation, and you can say negotiation. These are the words, right? So arbitration, in simply sense, it is meaning madhyastha karwana, right? So it is basically a procedure in which a dispute is submitted or agreement by the parties to one or more arbitrators who make a binding decision on the dispute. It is a binding decision, right? So second statement is the correct for this. Arbitration, it is a non-binding. This is wrong. It is a binding procedure in which a impartial third party assists the parties to dispute in reaching a mutual satisfactory agreement, right? So this is arbitration. In simple terms, I would say it is a formal method of alternate dispute resolution involving a neutral third party which makes a binding decision. So this is totally binding in nature. Next is conciliation. It is a process of ending an argument or a disagreement in simple terms, right? It is voluntary, it is flexible, it is confidential and interest based process. For small lawsuit, for a simple, for a cheaper process, right, in which both parties are meeting separately and together in an attempt to solve the difference, right? They can lower their tensions, their communication, right? And so it is a binding procedure in which impartial third party, second statement is correct. And the last statement here is negotiation. Negotiation, what is the meaning of negotiation? So it is a thing in which discussions are taking place when people are trying to decide or agree over the something. Like I am saying something, you are saying something, and you are making a formal discussion, and you are trying to reach a decision, right? So negotiation herely means mutual discussion, arrangement of the terms of a transaction or an agreement, which is a non-binding disputation, right? So third statement is also correct. Next question is Finance Intelligence Unit India. FIU, it slaps Binance, other crypto exchange with showcase notices. So here is about the Finance Intelligence Unit of India. So let us now understand what is this unit works. This unit is a government unit which works under the Department of Revenue, and it collects all the financial intelligence about the offenses under the Money Laundering Act, right? Money Laundering Act. And it was set up in 2004, and directly it reports to Economic Intelligence Council. First statement is totally correct. It is an independent body which is directly reporting to Economic Intelligence Unit, which is headed by the Finance Minister, not by the Home Minister. Obviously, it is a financial unit, so it cannot be headed by the Home Minister. It must be headed by the Finance Minister. Right. Second statement is also correct. All the virtual digital asset service providers operating in India, they are required to register with this. Right. Very, very important information. And if I talk about the functions, so Financial Intelligence Unit is liable to collect all the reports from cash transaction, non-profit organization, cross-border wire transfers, suspicious transactions, or information with national intelligence law enforcement agencies. They also work to coordinate and strengthen and collecting the sharing of financial intelligence information. So all of these things are done by, right? And third statement is wrong. It is not the nodal agency in India for coordinating the investigations. No, they are not liable to do any investigations. So third statement would be wrong, but the first and second statement are totally right. Right. So the answer for this question would be only two. Last question, OPEC, because Angola recently quits the OPEC, that is oil and petroleum exporting countries, due to disputes over quota things. That's why they quit. So Angola was recently in the news because they quit recently. So now let us understand what exactly is OPEC. OPEC is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, right? Because for Angola, membership status is not only the sole concern. They are saying that OPEC must serve their business interest as well. So if Angola leaves the OPEC with effect from January 2024, Angola will be the third after Ecuador, which has exited in 2020, and Qatar in 2019, right? So some reports are also saying this, that Angola is separating from OPEC because of having like serious clashes with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has also failed to keep like all things with OPEC. So that's why this is the reason. So now we have known the facts of OPEC. Now we have to understand or learn the important facts related to OPEC. So listen, OPEC is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. That means all the countries which export the petrol to one another country, which has its headquarters initially in Geneva, but then moved to Vienna, where Vienna, Austria, right, in 1965. But this organization has been created in 1960 by four countries, which is Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. These four countries were the initial members of OPEC, and they did this in Baghdad conference. What was the name of conference? Baghdad. So these countries, they are coordinating and unifying the petroleum policies so that fair and stable prices for the petrol producers can be done. Recently or currently, I can say there are 13 members in the OPEC. I'm not talking about OPEC plus, I'm talking about the OPEC. Currently, they are having 13 members, that is Algeria, Angola, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Nigeria, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. Right. But recently, I told you that Angola has quit. So that's how 12 countries are now left. So if you see the pair, you can see that second option, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Argentina. No, Argentina is not here. Okay, so this is wrong. Let's see, Libya is a partner, Nigeria is a partner, Kuwait is a partner, Algeria. So first statement would be right. Whereas in third statement, Mexico is not a partner. That's why this is wrong. And in last, you can say Brazil is not a partner. That's why this is wrong. So first statement would be correct. Okay. There are another term which is also very famous, that is OPEC plus. OPEC plus is the country which are also like doing the oil exporting importing thing, but they are not a member of OPEC. Example, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Brunei, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Mexico, Oman, Russia, South Sudan. These countries are not a member of OPEC, but they are one of the petroleum exporting countries. So that's why they are being classified as OPEC plus. So there can be a question from OPEC plus also, OPEC also, because recently they are in news and international organizations are very much in news, and you have to learn that. Okay. Qatar has quit. Qatar has announced that they are walking away. Qatar is a small oil producer which accounts for total oil only 2%, right? So its departure may not have a significant impact on the oil market, right? Because it is one of the smallest countries by area, but they are richest in the terms of per capita income. They are rich due to its natural gas reserves, and also they are the one of the world's largest exporter of liquefied natural gas, that is LNG. So they are saying we want to focus upon the gas industry rather than the oil industry, because in the oil case they are a very small player. But in the gas case, they are a very large pair, right? And also, Qatar is not having a good relation with Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia plays a very important role in OPEC. So Qatar was feeling that it is pointless to put efforts, resources, and time in an organization where they are a very small player, and they should put efforts where they can be a good player, like in the natural gas industry for LNG. Getting my point? So these are the concerns that countries think, and that's why they quit out or they think that they should not be a part. So these are the important points which you have to learn, which you have to remember, right? So note down all these points for these and make sure you are learning all these. Okay. So these are the important facts. Meet you all in the next lecture for current affairs. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you. Jai Hind.